welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a New Year's Eve look. I wanted something very sultry and also very sparkly. It's a night of celebration as we bring in 2020. So I hope that you guys like this look. I hope some of you follow along and do your version of this. If you do, don't forget to tag me on Instagram so I can see your beautiful faces. This video is not just the eye look. I show you guys everything that I did today, from primer to lipstick, absolutely everything. The only thing I did off camera were my brows because that's boring. If you guys want to see pictures of this look so you can see it in more detail, follow my Instagram. It's at happiest, Alonso, the way it's spelled right there. Don't forget before you leave to give this video a thumbs up and of course subscribe to my channel as well. Let's go ahead and get started with this New Year's Eve look. Alright guys, so let's get started with this New Year's Eve makeup look. I am so excited to play. I have an idea of what I want to make. I wanted to do a very sultry, sparkly, smoky eye, and I saw this picture on Instagram that I'm about to show you. I saw it from Wake Up and Makeup, but it is a look by Makeup by Serena Cleary, and this is it right here. Let's see if the camera wants to focus. That is the inspiration right there. So it is just a really dark, sultry and sparkly makeup look. It's a nice smoky eye with some very full lashes, very full brows, just like my type of look. I actually started following that makeup artist on Instagram because I saw that picture and I feel like she kind of likes very similar looks than the ones I do by what I saw on her Instagram page. She's a much better Instagrammer than I am, but I just really fell in love with that look specifically. So I'm going to go ahead and try and make my version of that look. I am going to use the Jackie Aina palette because I did see that the main color that she used was the color Credit right there, which is a really nice rich brown that has like a little burgundy in it. And then I don't have whatever glitter she used, so I think I'm going to use this shade right here from my Tati palette, Poet, in the glitter formula. And hopefully on top of that dark shade it'll get a little darker. If not, that's fine. We'll just make a different version of it because I do want the sparkle and I do want the smoky eye, and I don't have a burgundy glitter. I just have like pink. So that's what we're going to do today. As you can see, I already have my brows filled. I prepped my skin. My skincare's been sinking in for like 20 minutes and we're just going to go ahead and get started. I grabbed my Anastasia eyelid primer. I already have it on here. I'm going to get a bit of it on my number 57 brush by Sephora Collection and just prime my eye all over with it. And I'm not going to use too much because whenever I use too much I end up regretting it because things don't blend out the way I want them to. But since we're using an Anastasia palette, I figured that's a good primer. And also I want things to be very richly pigmented, and I know that this primer helps with that. So just like that, let's go ahead and get a little closer. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and get started for the look. It is very few colors that I'm using, and I'm using two pretty much of the same brush but for different reasons. So this one right here is the Morphe M433 and this one is the Sigma E25. As you can see, they're pretty much the same brush. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and grab the color Credit right here from my Jackie palette. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that color Credit, building it up all the way through my eyelid. So I'm just tapping that color in place. So I'm going back and dipping as many times as it's necessary to get like a very full, rich, pigmented color. And then when I get to the crease area, just with the tip of that same brush, I'm going to start going back and forth and diffusing the edges. Just like this, back and forth with the edge of that brush. So now I'm going to switch my brush to the Sigma one. And with the Sigma brush, I'm going to grab the color Ginger. And I'm going to start going over that edge of the first color we used with the color Ginger. And furthermore, just kind of continue diffusing the colors. So we're doing windshield wiper motions around that crease area very gently. I'm putting extremely little pressure on that brush, very little pressure, because I want it to like diffuse things out. I went ahead and cleaned my brush on my paper towel so that there's no excess product on it, and I'm going to just go over the edge and just blend things out. No more product added on my brush, just blend. so that you can truly diffuse things. And I'm going back with a bit more of the color ginger, putting it a little closer to the crease, and again just making sure you diffuse things by blending back and forth. So now this looks really nice and blended up here, but there's a really big difference between this color and that color, and I want it to be a smoother transition. So I'm going back with my first brush and the color credit, and we're going to reapply some of the color credit onto the crease area of the eye to darken things up a little bit so that we create a smoother transition and we give a little bit more depth to our crease area. So I'm just kind of packing that color on. I don't have that much color on my brush, but I'm just kind of packing it to make sure that it stays where I want it. So I basically went back with my Morphe brush and grabbed the credit a bit more at a time until I got it to as dark as I wanted it on the crease area of the eye, and then with the Sigma brush that has the lighter shades on it, just blended out any harsh edges that I found. And I'm now at a comfortable level of like depth, but also it's still really nice and blended and diffused. So we're going to go ahead and get to the glitter. I'm going to use my Tati palette and get this glitter shade right here. And with the tip of my finger, I'm grabbing very little and just increasing the amount of glitter in little increments. And over top, I'm going to add a little bit of glitter story right here. Again, just using my finger and very lightly tapping. And I really like the way that those two glitters together look. I'm grabbing a little piece of cotton and taking off any excess that might have fallen right under here. And so this right here is where you want to be right before you start doing your face makeup. So that's what we're going to do next. Alright, so to get started with my complexion makeup, I'm going to go ahead and use the Wonder Glow Primer by Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm just going to massage that on with my hands in the center of my face. That one gives you hydration and glow. It also kind of blurs pores a little bit, but not a huge amount. And I mainly like it because it gives my skin a nice amount of glow. I'm going to go ahead and pop out my Pat McGrath foundation. I haven't used it in a while, and I love this one. And my face is not super red today, so I feel like I can do it. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply it with my beauty blender. I love this foundation so much. Okay, so now that the foundation is on, I'm going to use a little bit of color corrector. This one's from Bobbi Brown. It's their serum color corrector in the color beige. It's just kind of like peachy. Unless this is not a color corrector, but I'm going to use it as a color corrector. I don't know. It might be a concealer color now that I think about it, but it'll help color correct because it's nice and peachy still. And I am going to put a lighter concealer over it. Yeah, because I think their color correctors are bisque or peach, and this says beige. But it still did a good job at hiding my under eyes. You guys saw. I just found my color corrector, and it was peach, but whatever. This is fine. Alright, so for concealer, I'm going to use my Touche Eclat High Coverage Concealer in 0.75. And that is going to be nice and brightening for my under eyes as well. Okay, so after I've highlighted my face with it, I'm just going to work it in with my beauty blender. I am going to go ahead and do a couple of extra steps. This is kind of like a bougie combination of things, but it's like a New Year's Eve makeup look, so I'm just showing you guys all of my current favorite products that I'm kind of using, even though it's not a favorites video. I have the Hollywood Flawless filter from Charlotte Tilbury in number 3, and I'm just going to add some of that to the highest points of my cheekbones here. I'm going to do a little bit lower too, just right here on the uppers of the cheeks a little bit. And I'm going to highlight my chin. I think that's it. That's all I want to highlight with that one. And I'm using a little piece of the beauty blender that doesn't have a ton of foundation on it. And I'm just dabbing those products in. And look at how beautiful and glowy that looks. So then I'm going to do a little bit of contouring. And you guys know I normally use my Huda Beauty Cream Contour. I'm still obsessed with that one. But I've been trying this Hollywood Contour one by Charlotte Tilbury. And so that's what we're going to use today. And I'm just going to go ahead and dot right underneath my cheekbone there, a bit on the other side of my nose, and around my forehead and jawline, and just whatever's left right here on the neck. I know I look very funny, but this stuff blends out really nicely. So again, I'm grabbing a piece of my beauty blender that doesn't have much on it, and I'm just going to dab it out. You can also use a brush for this and it works really nicely. And just blend everything out. Okay, so check this out. Look at how nice and sculpted my face looks, and like just very natural and bright, and like I love this. Let me show you guys up close. It looks a little bit extra shiny right now because I haven't gotten to the powder part, but look at how beautiful and like glowy and like non-cakey this all looks. I love it. So for powder, I am going to go ahead and use my Huda powder. I want to brighten around my nose a bit. Oh, I forgot how good this Huda powder smells. I'm gonna do right here a little on the part of the cheek that I don't want to look super oily or greasy. So smile lines and like a little above right here next to the nose. And then just with the tip of my sponge, I'm going to do right underneath my eye and just very gently tap it in. And I'm not going to let it sit for long. I'm just going to go ahead and dust it off almost immediately. I put very little underneath my eye, so there's not really going to be excess there. And then I'll take off my nose last, because that's the part that I really wanted to like help brighten a bit. I'm kind of pissed that I used the Pat McGrath foundation because my skin looked okay before I put it on, and then it just kind of like, I felt how like flushed I looked, like my face got a little warm. It's coming down again, but it made all of this look a little extra red underneath the foundation, and if I knew I was gonna have a red face, I would have used a little more coverage. But whatever, I think once my skin fully like calms down, it'll be okay. I just had a bit of a red moment there, like even now as I speak to you, I feel like it's calming down. Does anybody else get flushed like that, where like your face gets warm and everything gets red? I think it might have been a reaction to that Pat McGrath foundation. I'm going to have to, because I don't use it that often, so I haven't really paid attention if it's making my skin have a reaction. Maybe it is. I have to just figure that out. I'm going to do a little bit of grape water just to refresh my face a little bit, make the powder sink in, and hopefully make the redness go away. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of Hoola bronzer. This is my mini one right here, and I'm using my Morphe M530 brush just to go over that contour. The contour looks very natural, but I just want to add maybe a little bit more warmth. Very little of it, because I don't want to get darker. I think I'm at my limit of bronziness right now, but also I feel like this just helps blend everything out even more. I'm gonna skip the blush for now because I look blushed already since I'm a little red underneath. So I'm just going to go in with my Amrezy highlighter and my highlighter brush from Sephora collection and do a bit of extra glow on the highest points of the cheekbone. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the bottom of the eye area, and I'm going to go back to the color credit right there, and I'm going to use an E36 brush for Morphe and the color credit, and we're going to put that color right underneath my lower lash line. So with the E36, I'm just swiping that color really close to my lower lashes, all the way to the tear duct area, and making sure it meets right here at the end. I'm dusting my brush off on a paper towel, and I'm going to just run it through the edge. And now with my M506 blending brush and the color Matte Soothe right here, I'm going to blend out that lower eye area. Just very little pressure, back and forth, blending motions. For the inner corner, I'm going to go back to my Jackie palette, and I'm going to basically mix these two colors together on the inner corner of the eye. So first I'm going to go in with Zam, and I'm going to put that color Zam right on the inner corner and underneath the first part of my eye, all the way to the tear duct area. And then I'm going to go to the color Soleil with the same brush and just layer it over Zam so that it brightens things up a little bit. Just like this. If you got any fallout, I'm just going to use my fluffy brush and flick it off. And I'm going to use a black eyeliner for my waterline. This one I used is Bedroom Black by Charlotte Tilbury. It's super soft. Alright, so I am done with the eye. I'm going to go ahead and do some mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back to show you guys what that looks like. Alrighty, so the lashes are on, and this right here is the final eye look. Let me show you guys what I'm going to do for lips. Alright, so this is what things are looking like so far, and I'm going to show you guys my new favorite combo. It is from Charlotte Tilbury. I know I'm using a lot of Charlotte Tilbury products, but it's because I've been discovering them and I really like them. So, sorry. but it is the iconic nude lip liner and the Very Victoria lipstick. This is my favorite. I like this more than Pillow Talk. I said it, okay? I know Pillow Talk is iconic. I know everybody is obsessed with Pillow Talk. I like Very Victoria better, and especially with the iconic nude lip liner. So let's go ahead and put that on. So that is the lip liner, and alright, so that is it. Let's let the hair down. Okay, so this right here is the final New Year's Eve makeup look. Guys, so that was it for my New Year's Eve makeup look. I truly hope that you guys liked it. I personally don't think I ever will wash my face again because I'm truly that in love with this look. So there's absolutely zero chance that I'll be taking this off till right before I go to bed tonight, honestly, because I really love the way it came out, even though I'm just going to be sitting on my couch editing this video. But that's okay. If you guys want to see up close shots of this look, I just took a bunch of pictures, so go ahead and follow my Instagram at Alonso, and you guys can see some pictures of this look over there. I hope you guys have the best 2020 that you could ever imagine. I hope that everybody has an excellent New Year's Eve, and of course let me know if you guys recreate this look. I always like to see you guys' recreation. You don't have to use the same exact products. I didn't use the same exact products that picture that I got inspired for use, and I still came out with something that I really loved. So just play with whatever you have at home and you can do something similar to this. I definitely wanted something very sultry and also very glittery, so I am obsessed with the way that this came out. Don't forget to please give the video a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!